Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Ethereum, Solana and SUI price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're gonna see what is going on in Ethereum first, of course, on the or I would say 4-hour chart here, where we have our 112 still potential bullish scenario where you might still expect something to push toward the upside here. However, of course, this micro level here that we are looking at is still, of course, very corrective. Even we didn't took the high in the last push toward the upside, we failed to take the high. And that means, of course, this might has finished as an ABC here because 5 waves up and then again and another 5 waves up has been given but failed to take the high. Which it might be, of course, a truncation, and a truncation is a worse signal, meaning, of course, a very fast reversal, and this is exactly what we are looking at right now, which it might be, of course, something impulsive toward the downside continuation for a bearish scenario, potential 112, wave 3, 4, and a 5 here, that it might unfold, of course, towards lower prices. So I would say even that if you are not in an ABC, very likely as well to be in a triangle, since you took the 886 here, we drop down for another 886, and that means, of course, yes, very likely to be in a triangle. The triangle might seek after a wave E here and then pushing for lower again for a wave at 5. And by the way, a triangle would be a perfect fit for a wave 4 here in an impulse where you might, of course, continue the drop as a bear market potentially, because if we continue the drop, definitely we are going to take, of course, the low there because we're very close to the 886 here, which it might means, of course, is this area, right? So once we take the 886 and we drop down here as an impulse, that means, of course, yeah, very likely to take also the low over there and to push, of course, for lower. So if we dive inside it here on the 1-hour chart, we can see, of course, that our 1-2 here potential wave 3 is unfolding unless this is an ABC finished. Wave C very extended and you're looking for a wave E, and that because, of course, you are still in a potential triangle A, B, C, D, and an E, and then pushing again for lower. The wave 5 might reach, of course, the final chance for Ethereum to push toward the upside again. Since the 0.786 is not taken yet, it can be a possibility that you might still take it, but yeah, you have to be careful because it might unfold here something as an impulse, unless, of course, it turns W, X, and a wave Y here. Your wave Y is an A, B, and a C. So this is the only possible way to, of course, still looking for something that it can be corrective in a W here, 3 ways down, 3 ways up, 3 ways down again in a wave Y, but yeah, preferably to not take the 886 and to start to see a signal of strength in case we are bullish over there for Ethereum. So 2526 is very essential there to see, of course, a rebound from there. For Ethereum on KGT as well, the 1-minute chart, we are still bearish here in convergence from the reference point as well. Very strong push, which is the impulse actually toward the downside. And we see, of course, a further push towards lower prices, bearish signal, also invalidation for the bullish here where you took the reference price, right? So that is not looking good for the bulls, and knowing that we are impulsive here, potentially wave 3, and this correction might be a wave 4. However, it doesn't reflect any of these wave 2s there, which are very weird. So we gotta be careful. It might turn into a 3 waves, something corrective, and then we push towards the downside again. Yeah, so this is also very likely to be a potential scenario for Ethereum. 3 waves, which is, of course, the wave E. That means you are looking here at a wave E as an A, B, and a C, and then, of course, pushing down again. Yep, so this is regarding Ethereum. Let's move to the next one, which is Solana. So for Solana on the daily here, we are still estimating the potential diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 here, unless it's gonna turn into a W, X, and a Y 3 waves, and we are pushing here for lower, of course, impulsively, and very likely to be in a W, X, and a Y here, so be careful with it. Of course, can be something like that and finished here, and that you might be looking for something lower. And that means, of course, you might be in double 1, 2, wave 3 given here as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and then ABC expanding flat, wave 4. And that means, of course, we push for lower over there. Yeah, so that means ABC wave 4, wave 5, and of course, we might reach, of course, much lower prices. We might dive, of course, deeper for the $75 here, because we needed to finish, of course, a correction ABC here on the all-time history. You can go back to the yesterday analysis for Solana. We analyzed the all-time history, the possibility, all of them. And all of them says that we need, of course, this price, the $75, the 0.38 fib level. So yeah, very likely that we continue the drop here if we are in double 1, 2, wave 3, 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5. Very easy, and then pushing toward the upside, and then continuation for a new bull run again from the $75 for Solana. On the 1 hour chart, we are looking at a top here for a wave C, potentially an expanding flat as explained, where you might have a 3 ways up, 3 ways down, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 expanding flat, wave 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 continuation toward the downside here for Solana. Currently, you are unfolding a wave 4 and a wave 5 still, of course, over there to be taken. Invalidation is, of course, over there for the bearish. In case we reach, of course, this price, $140, that means something else is unfolding. We start to think bullish here, but of course, we still have a potential zigzag as a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ending diagonal. Therefore, of course, confirmation for higher is to take the high here. However, of course, as this wave, if it unfolds, then okay, it's game over. We push towards the red zone, which is, of course, our last chance again also for Solana, 0.786. If we take the 886 here, that means, of course, the low is going to be taken. That means, of course, it's a claim or confirmation of a bear market at the $95. Okay, $95 means, of course, a bear market. So, yeah, this is regarding Solana. Also on the KGT, we have a bearish signal. Nothing yet is bullish, also invalidation of bullish, very strong convergence from the reference point here. And of course, we're still looking for lower sooner or later. Now on the lower time frame, very low or micro level 15-minute chart, you might be here in potential impulse and you're still looking for a wave 4 and probably one more push toward the upside to finish up the wave 4. And then continuation, of course, for lower after it. So you are here very likely as well in something correct. 3 ways up, 3 ways down internally, and you're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, meaning simply ABC here, and then pushing for lower after all. Yep, so this is regarding Solana. Let's move for the final one, which is SUI. For SUI on the daily as well, we are looking, of course, for this 3 ways up here, finish potential zigzag. We are looking to finish the 3 waves down and then start to look for higher. The 3 waves down here requires, of course, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So I'm still looking for a wave 5 to unfold, which it has already started very likely. And we're looking for the following target here that it might be, of course, in confluence. So we will see. I would say even I'm going to lay down the target, final target exactly there. So if this is our wave, here we go. This is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the 0.618 here, at least $1, which it can be, of course, a very psychological number. And of course, it might be our target here for SUI to finish up this bear market. Very, very hard bear market, I would say. The hardest, yeah, for the altcoins. And the longest, yeah, in time. So for SUI especially. Yeah, so basically, if this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, therefore, of course, we're going to finish this impulse here as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, and a C, and then pushing for higher. So this is the highest possibility on the macro level there. Currently, we are unfolding a double 1, 2 internally here. So it might be, of course, a little bit aggressive push for the wave, final wave 5 here. And we might see, of course, very lower prices. We might see here a 1, 2, 1, 2, wave 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5. And it might be, of course, something aggressive here in this area. We might see something like a wick, like a V shape, and then start to push for higher, of course, from there for SUI. Yep, so finally also on the KGT for SUI, we still bearish, obviously, as well from the reference point here. Still in conversions there, putting some sell-off pressure, and yeah, for the bullish we are also invalidated there. Nothing yet is bullish unless, of course, we get lower. In case we get a bullish signal over there, we might change our mind, of course, based on KGT. But yeah, so far we are still bearish. That was it for Ethereum, Solana, and SUI. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.